Good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us today, the last day of April, our final event for Spring 2020 Launch GSU, the highlight of our semester, the Launch GSU Entrepreneur Showcase. Yay! Virtual applause is why I get up and come to the office or the home office or the regular office every single day. I live for Showcase Day. This is the day that, our select number of members get a chance to tell the world about what they're working on. And we are so very excited. We have a different format this semester, but just like everything else over the past, 7 weeks, we have been nimble and flexible and have had to pivot. That's the heart of what entrepreneurship is all about, pivoting. Sometimes you have notice and sometimes you don't. So first I want to applaud and congratulate all of the members that, took on this additional challenge. It's hard enough to present in person and put yourself on stage, but now it's another level of anxiety and excitement when you have to do it a little differently. So I applaud all the members who accepted the challenge and said yes and are going to be showing off their businesses today. So with that, we are going to go ahead and get started. Many of you are, of course, already aware, but for those that are not, Launch GSU was opened in 2017. We are a part of the provost office. Some people mistakenly think that we're just a part of the College of Business, and we are not. Launch is a space for Georgia State undergraduate as well as graduate and alumni where they can come and create, connect, and collaborate with other panthropreneurs across campus, across all majors, minors, specialties. We even have two PhD students who happen to be two of our most active members. Since inception, we've had over 250 entrepreneurs come through Launch GSU, and we currently have about 105 active members during the spring 2020 semester. And again, the members that you see today represent a variety of majors, minors, and colleges at Georgia State University. I want to also acknowledge that many of our entrepreneurs today, you will see a little note on the screen that says Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund. Many of our members are recipients and participant graduates, technically graduates of the inaugural Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund, which was kicked off in 2019 and was Georgia State University's first endeavor to provide funding for our seed companies and our young entrepreneurs. And we could not be more proud of the business owners that were a part of the startup as well as the seed fund cohort. So super excited and congratulations to everyone who had the wonderful pleasure to be a part of the cohort. We will be kicking off. Rumor has it that the Marcus Foundation was incredibly impressed with all of the entrepreneurs, and we should be, fingers crossed, kicking off year two of the Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund. I promise if you continue to maintain a relationship with Launch and stay tuned and stay with us, you will know when the application for the new cohort comes out. I promise you, we will let you guys know. And if you have any additional questions about the Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund, feel free to take note of some of the members that were a part of the cohort and reach out to them individually. I'm sure they'll be happy to tell you all about their experience with Main Street. So, this is our agenda for today. We have, as you see, several members that are going to present and share their ideas with you, and I'm super, super excited. They're going to spend just a couple of minutes talking to you about their business. Now, this is not a competition. We are just sharing information. They are just pitching their ideas to let the university world know what they are doing. I say that to say there will be an opportunity to ask questions, but we're probably going to, in the essence of time, we're just going to limit it to no more than two questions. Feel free to ask if you'd like something clarified, or go into the chat feature and chat the entrepreneur individually so you can get your questions answered. So with that, let's go ahead and get this party started. It is my honor, privilege, and pleasure, first up, to introduce you to Miss Sasha Gay Trusty. Sasha is a class of 2019. She was one of my amazing, amazing student assistants last year and really helped to pull a lot of what we do at Launch GSU today, help pull that together, including the showcase. So I thank Sasha for pushing me to go ahead and pull the showcase together. It absolutely has become the premier event for Launch GSU, and I'm so excited and happy that we get to do this every semester and to have her kicking us off today. As you see here, Sasha was a part of the 2019 inaugural cohort, so we're super excited that she was able to participate in Main Street Entrepreneurship Seed Fund. Um, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Sasha so that she can introduce you to Quaint Revolt Media. All right, Sasha, give me 1 second and we will turn it over to you, ma'am. All right, Miss Trusty, you are up. Go ahead and fantastic.
So everyone can see my screen all as well?
Ma'am, fantastic. Looks beautiful.
Awesome. All right, guys. So hello and welcome to Quaint Revolt, where we publish media and goods for a global creative audience. See, I believe we don't need anyone's permission to live a creative life. You just need to make a living while doing it. And as the founder and creative, monetize media visibility and collaboration. Like yeah, Ms. Bracy said, my name is Sasha Gay Trusty, and I've always been inquisitive, passionate, and yes, super creative. As a Jamaican raised in Atlanta, I had no choice. In two of the most artistic cultures in the world. So at 22, I set out to document the emerging voices disrupting the visual arts, fashion, and music scenes, both here in Atlanta, but the larger diaspora as well. And over the course of a few years, I realized, through our numerous collaborations and our interviews, all of us were pretty much seeking the same things. We wanted community, pathways to monetize, and specialized content that our work can directly benefit from. See, what we know is quite a bit of us are out there with this need. More than 30,000 in the city of Atlanta alone, and over 3 million Americans are working in creative industries. And while industries generate over $8 billion annually, so many of us struggle to find lucrative work and to reach our niche audiences effectively. So we rely on media as creative to way more than to engage us. It is to inform us on our industries and potential gigs. It's also to lead us to the independent brands and designers that we like to buy and all of the lifestyle experiences that we enjoy. What we've come to understand is content is no longer king. Community is. And that's where we come in. Quaint Revolt is an innovative media shop platform dedicated not only to what creatives want, but the work that we do. And our mission is very simple. We offer creatives a platform to collaborate, connect with their audience, and directly monetize. And we do this through our quarterly publication, both digitally and now in print, a collaborative retail space for creative services and goods, and curated experiences that essentially take our content beyond the pages. So last year, we've been working on developing our brand and serving more creatives than we ever have before. Thankfully, with our community, we've been able to do just that. We've grown our social media organically by 35% and our mailing list by over 850%. We launched a video and podcast series like Trial and Error, and even launched our multi-tiered subscription levels. At one point, we grew our team up to 10 members, and we were able to print our first print zine earlier this month. And now we're prepared to take things even further. We're putting together our ask to fund our development project for the next 12 months. And they'll cover things like our payroll and our editorial planning, as well as our equipment and tech implementations for our website, as well as developing our novel subscription services with goods and issues. And we're doing all of this so we can keep serving creatives like Josh, a freelance editor making waves in music journalism here in Atlanta, and for Megan, an independent designer running a luxury brand just south of the city. And for people, working artists who, with a little help from media, can gain a little bit more access to gallery and museum spaces. So please learn more how you can help us disrupt media and monetize our creativity. Thank you guys. I disconnect.
Sasha, thank you, thank you, thank you. Does anyone have any questions about Quaint Revolt or any questions for Sasha? Go ahead and raise your hand. We can take you off mute. And going forward, if you have any questions for the entrepreneurs, feel free to go ahead and just put your question in the chat box. And that way the questions are already primed. Once the entrepreneur finishes their presentation, then we can go ahead and ask the questions. So I'm going to give everybody a few more seconds to see if there's any. We have a question. Yes.
Oh, is that for me?
Did you have a question for Sasha?
Yeah, I did actually.
Awesome.
So I was wondering how this whole coronavirus pandemic has impacted you guys at Quint Revolt. Has it been something that's been positive or more so negative? Or I'm just wondering what your perspective on that is.
Absolutely. Both. Some positives. I really take a little bit of time to set up a few things that needed to get done, some in-house work, but outside of that, I did have to let my team go for a while. So that was not nice. So obviously that affected like our, editorial calendar and all the things that we had lined up. I had to get products back to people for shoots that we weren't able to complete, and it's been a lot, but luckily, we took advantage of the opportunities and the resources out there. I just dug in and kept my hands finger on the pulse, and we were able to raise or receive a grant to at least keep us in operations for the next 2.5 months. So that's super amazing. But yeah, I'm looking forward to picking up where we left off. I was able to print that zine, but obviously a lot of the stories that were intended to go in there didn't. So we just packaged all of the completed ones that we had and bootstrapped it and got it done, and great reception with the help of all of the people coming together. We were able to maybe produce another one before the year is out. So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad, and I realized just how much more we needed to develop our multimedia content and all that. So it's a lot of pivoting, a lot of troubleshooting, but also a lot of learning and getting our in-house stuff together.
That's awesome. I'm glad you made the most out of the time.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesome question, Chidi. Thank you so much. Now, Sasha, if people did want to learn more about Quaint Revolt or possibly get involved and keep up with you, how can they do that?
Yes. So we're social media everywhere, except for Snapchat, but everywhere else at Quaint Revolt. And you can always come to our website, read new content, check out our new zine. It's all the zine is completely free this go around. So you can go ahead and check that out on the website, and you can also sign up for our newsletter at qrmedia.co. Is on there. All of our links. Directly email me. I'm quick to set up a chat. I'm always down to chit chat. So reach out.
Thank you, Sasha. We appreciate you, ma'am, and much continued success to you.
I gotta run, but good luck, y'all.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate you being here, Sasha. Next up on the agenda, I have two of our most frequent flyers. They are well on their way to racking up the most hours at Launch GSU. We have from Inspire, we have Chidi Okolo and Tim Soak, who are going to tell you all about their tech company and how they can help you achieve your goals.
Hey, I think Tim is here, but I'm not too sure if he's been given presenter status yet.
Who's going to present, you or Tim?
Oh, okay, I'll present if only one person can.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Wait, only one person can present?
You can talk, but only one screen can share.
Okay, yeah, talk.
All right, so go ahead, Chidi.
Okay.
And if anyone has any questions for Chidi or Tim, go ahead and put those in the chat so we'll have them primed up by the time they're ready for Q&A.
I would like to talk.
You guys see my screen?
Not yet. Go ahead and share. You should be able to share now.
Okay. And also Tim, he's still just marked as an attendee, so he's not even able to talk on the WebEx either.
We can hear him. We hear him.
Oh, that's from my phone because I have him on
Oh,
FaceTime too.
okay.
But I mean, if that works, we could also do
I'll get
that.
that. I'll get that fixed. One moment.
Let me get the sharing set up.
Wonderful. Perfect.
Okay. All good?
Wonderful.
I can just talk from the phone. It's fine.
Awesome.
He's saying he can just talk on the phone if it's taking a minute.
Whenever you're ready, Chidi.
Okay, cool. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chidi.
Hello, everybody. My name is Tim Soak.
Thank you guys for all being here. Today, we're going to be telling you guys a little bit about our company, Inspire. Tim and I started this company just over 2.5 years ago after we had an idea that we thought was going to completely change the world. So we're really excited to share this idea with you guys. So like I said, this journey of ours started just over 2.5 years ago. This is a picture of me, my mom, Tim, our third co-founder, Isaiah, and our lawyer at the time. So this was a day that we actually incorporated Inspire as a company. And prior to this day, we'd actually already had a proof of concept created for our idea. Essentially, what we wanted to do was create a social network that connected people who had similar goals and rewarded them for making progress towards achieving those goals. So that was a big dream. We were really young, we were ambitious, and we were naive, but we didn't let that stop us. We really wanted to create something that not only help people achieve their goals, but help them improve their well-being as well.
As Chidi said, our idea started about 2.5 years ago, and since then we've made incremental progress. Here are some of the milestones. We also launched January 2018, 2017, actually 18.
Hold on, guys. I'm sorry, Tim. The audio is not coming over very well. We missed a lot of what you said, unfortunately.
You can go ahead and do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
sorry. We
No
may
worries.
just have
Sorry
you
about that.
go ahead and introduce this slide for us.
Same.
And I
You. Engage with a lot of our.
think it's your internet isn't cooperating right now, which is one of the beautiful things of technology. It works when it wants to. It works when it wants to. I apologize, everyone. There's just some things you can't overcome when it comes to trying to do things virtually. This is just the world that we're living in. We will give Chidi a second for his internet to reconnect. Let's see, Chidi, can we hear you?
I hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Now we can. We can hear you.
Okay.
Wonderful. Okay, don't move. Go ahead and start from this slide.
Our timeline slide.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yes, like Tim was saying, we did join Launch GSU in January 2017. And then as soon as we joined Launch GSU, we'd already had our proof of concept developed, which was InspireMe.io, and we began testing that right away. We also were blessed enough to be able to participate in the first inaugural Georgia Venture Pitch Competition in March of 2018. That was an amazing experience. And like Ms. Bracy mentioned earlier, we were also one of the members that got to participate in the first inaugural Main Street Entrepreneurship Seed Fund cohort, where we got a lot of mentorship from some awesome advisors in MK and Jameen, and we also were able to get funding as well. And then most recently, we've had our two really big milestones as far as our product development roadmap goes. In January of last year, we pivoted towards Inspire Taps, which was our attempt to help students keep track of their goals and stay accountable for their goals through receiving text message alerts. And most recently, we've pivoted towards developing Balance.io, which is our current is currently in development at the moment and is set to be done in July, which we're very excited for. So after Tim and I joined LaunchGSU and became more involved in the entrepreneurship space here at Georgia State University, we started understanding the importance of customer discovery and actually getting a better understanding of college students' problems and how we could potentially provide them with a solution to those problems. So through customer discovery of over 400 college students, we found that when it comes to setting goals, we're not the best at it. When we do set goals for ourselves, we're often impeded by things like procrastination, distractions, and a lack of self-motivation. We found that over 75% of college students struggle with procrastination. And the more we talked to college students, we found that a lot of the problem really stems from struggling with balancing all the things that we want to do, as well as keeping in mind all the things that we need to do, all while still attempting to do things and work towards things that we aspire to have in the future. So it was a multi-level problem that we were trying to solve and still attempting to solve. So as I mentioned earlier, we did have our proof of concept in InspireMe.io. We've had that for the past 2 years, and that provided us with a lot of good feedback as far as testing went, but we never really saw the type of retention that we would need to see in order to be able to say, this can help achieve your goals. So after talking to some more college students and a bit of introspection, taking time to step back and really focus on what we want to do in the near term and in the foreseeable future, we've pivoted towards Balance.io, which is essentially taking the same concept of helping people achieve their goals, but it's doing so through helping college students in particular manage their time more effectively and set goals easier. So with this, we hope to set the foundation for an app that can help college students achieve their goals by doing those two things, managing their time and actually setting these goals in a way that works for them. And then from that, we hope to expand towards not only giving students a way to manage their time and set their goals, but also holding them accountable for those goals, which we will see through text notifications sent directly to the student's phone to remind them of important events, goals, or deadlines that they have coming up, and also through motivating students to continue with the progress that they've made by providing them with incentives. But at first, we want to really just test our concepts of helping students manage their goals and work towards their goals through managing their time with this initial Balance.io MVP. So the way we want to make money with this is by offering students the ability to pay for a premium version of the app. So with Balance.io, you can just use it as a normal app. You can use it as your calendar, where you are not only keeping track of all your events, whether that be going out to dinner with a loved one or calling your mom on the phone if you haven't seen her in a while, but also your due dates as they relate to your schoolwork or things that you need to do in your personal life, like maybe it's been a while since you've gotten an oil change in your car, or maybe you want a self-care day to yourself. So really using the calendar to prioritize things that aren't typically prioritized on college students' calendar. We want to reframe the way students use calendars so that they're using them in a way that benefits them. So with that being said, we want to give students the option to pay for a premium version of Balance.io, which they'll get more features that will help them gain a more personalized experience while using the app. We also want to test our loyalty membership subscription model, which is an aspect of our revenue model where students or users can pay a dynamic price, so anywhere from $5 to $25 per month, and in return receive incentives based on their progress towards their overall goals. So just to give you guys an example, if a student pays $5 a month and becomes a loyalty member, as a result of that, they will then receive anywhere from $5 to $10 in incentives as they continue to make progress towards their goals. So kind of like you're investing into yourself or into your future through your ability to achieve your goals consistently. And then we also have other aspects of our revenue model, such as the revenue that we generate from business to business partnerships. So that's like things like affiliate marketing. If a college student has a main goal of getting an A on one of their courses this semester, we might send them an affiliate link towards getting a discounted membership price for Chegg or Course Hero, something that they could use to effectively study so that they can actually get that good grade in that class. As far as next steps, like I said earlier, we are currently working on developing Balance.io, which is our kind of stage 2 of us trying to provide people or create a product that people use in an attempt to help them not only achieve their goals, but do so consistently over time and prioritize the things that are important to them. So as we strive to complete that, which we hope to have done by July, we will also begin running more marketing campaigns on our social media so that we can further engage with our audience. And then it's just a matter of testing what we've created and then gathering feedback from our beta test users and then iterating towards something that they would like to see and that the market would like to see. So this is just the beginning though. We've had a long journey. It's been almost 3 years at this point. We've had a lot of people motivate us along the way. A lot of people have said that they like what we're doing and they want us to keep going, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And Balance is just the beginning. What we really want to do is continue working towards providing people with apps, tools, resources, anything that we can that could potentially help them gain a better understanding of what they want to achieve in their life and help them stay consistent as soon as they've gotten that spark. So we hope you guys can benefit from our products and apps in the future. And thank you for listening.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Chidi. Thank you, thank you. Congrats, kudos to you, sir. Again, Tim and Chidi were also selected to be part of the Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund. We were super proud of them as they had a chance to be a part of the inaugural cohort. They also did an amazing job at Demo Day last month. At this point, it still was last month. No, the end of February. Everything is a blur right now, but at the end of February, they did an amazing job at Demo Day. We are so incredibly proud of them. So if you have any, I would love to turn the question you just asked Sasha back to the two of you. I saw that you guys had several posts out there on Instagram trying to inspire people to take advantage of this time. Can you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing during the quarantine to try to keep people motivated and help them stay on top of their goals? How have you used this to your advantage?
So wait, Tim, are you there? Okay. Yeah, we have been trying to be a lot more active on social media, especially during this time. So we've been posting kind of like informative posts, and also inspirational posts for how people can use this time to their benefit, whether that was through meditating, being more introspective, getting a better understanding of what they want to be working towards, but also kind of helping people understand that, yeah, we do have all this time and it's best to use this time wisely, but don't get caught up in just doing things just to do them. You want to be productive as opposed to just keeping yourself busy. So that was one post that we posted that a lot of people responded well to. But yeah, overall, just from a personal note, both Tim and I have taken this time to really kind of take a step back and be more introspective as far as what we should be spending our time doing, whether that's on like a personal level or as far as our work towards Inspire and building Inspire. So we've been a lot more active on social media during this time, and we've also been on the back side of things working towards developing this MVP. So Tim has been more so on the social networking, social media side of things, whereas I have been working more so on developing the MVP, which we will begin testing with in July.
Oh, okay. keep people motivated. Thank you, thank you. I know I've received a lot of messages and communication from people that they're just bored. They don't know what to do. And I'm a glass half full type of person and want you to stay encouraged and think about the benefit that you have with this time. You will never, ever, at any other point in your life, have an opportunity to have this much time to yourself. So instead of looking at it from all the negatives, look at it from a positive perspective. Reach out to Tim and Chidi. They have tons of ideas and tips and best practices that they can share with you on how you can stay inspired and be productive and not just be busy. I love it. I love it. Thank you, Chidi. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you guys being here. And I know once we get back, you guys are going to make up for lost time. And probably by the end of 2020, we'll have won the Frequent Flyer Award for the most hours logged at launch. And I look forward to it. So thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Tracy.
Next up, we have Mr. Micah Ford. And Micah joined Launch from the Perimeter campus. Micah started out at Perimeter, heard about Launch, and made it his business, his mission to come be involved and be a part of Launch as much as possible from the other campus. And he also is one of our incredible Pantherpreneurs that had the privilege to be accepted into the 2019 Main Street Entrepreneur Seed Fund. And did an amazing job at Demo Day. Micah's product is Never Been Standard, and he has a clothing line, which he will tell you all about. And I'm super excited to bring Micah here to you today. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Micah. Give me 1 second, and I will go ahead and get this over to you, sir.
Can you hear me?
I sure can. And
Okay, cool. How's it going, everyone?
I hear you? You look awesome. So you can go ahead and, are you sharing your screen with us today? Are you sharing a presentation? Or are you just going to tell us all about Never Been Standard?
I can share a screen. It's been a minute since I did this. Oh, never mind, I see it.
Fantastic. Yep, go ahead and put that in show mode, and then you'll be good to go, sir.
1 second. What is going on? All right, I'm good. Oh, that is, let me go to the start. That'll be better. Okay. All right, so real quick, how's everyone doing? Hope everyone's staying safe. As Ms. Gracie said, yes, I'm at the Perimeter campus, but good news, I will be an Atlanta student next semester, so happy about that. You'll see me more often. But to go ahead, I have a clothing line called Never Been Standard. I've been doing it for the past 2 years. I basically created a clothing line that carries similar messages as big brands, but doesn't necessarily kill your pockets. And that's a little bit. So basically, I created quality clothing with a similar message or at a lower price than my competitors, because that's something that I realized is that our generation loves wearing motivational clothing that has a representation with words like people wearing champion, people want to feel like a champion, or supreme, people want to feel like supreme. However, those products that they usually purchase usually breaks the bank sometimes. Some people don't even want to go down that alley because it costs too much. So again, I created the solution of providing quality relatable clothing at a reasonable price. And the reason why I use the word standard is because I don't see myself as standard. I don't see everybody else as standard. I see us all as outstanding individuals. And there's also some color psychology behind it. The gray words represent dull, murky, meek, boring, and the red line crossing it represents a red line. And this means so much to me because at one point in my life, I was living a standard lifestyle. This is my first time in college. I was a college dropout. And then I went to work at Walmart, ended up getting fired, and ended up even being incarcerated too for like a couple of days. Thankfully, I was able to get a clean record, and I was able to overcome my struggles, come back to school, and create this clothing line and tell people my story and be able to inspire them and motivate them that they too, no matter whatever their background is, whatever happens in their life, they too can follow their goals passionately. So I mainly target males and females 17 to 24 across the nation in Georgia, mainly in Atlanta and urban communities. Um, in Atlanta. So you'll typically see me at Georgia State's market days, Spelman market days, those of that. When I first started off, before I started in Main Street, I had like no brand ambassadors. I had like around 100 followers on Instagram, 0% conversion rate, and $820 in sales. And then but my numbers have grown since then. But when I made this slide, basically I grew to 20 brand investors. I have over 1,300 followers on Instagram now. My conversion rate went up to 2%, and I've done over $2,500 in sales. And this was only in 5 months, when it took me a year last year to even make $1,500. So I'm on track to reach a 5K by the end of 2020. And my business model is pretty simple. I would say I have a blank hoodie. That blank hoodie is like $13.60, and then I basically put my logo on it. And then I'll charge like 30, online at 25 in person. My sales models, most of my sales come from pop-up shops, direct sales, seeing people at school. But I do have a website. That's my website to the, I guess, your left. I have a pretty cool website I was able to invest in thanks to Main Street. Compared to my competition, as stated before, it has the same, if not better quality, like these big brands. But it's a little bit less expensive because you can get a Nike hoodie for about $50, $60, but I can provide the same quality hoodie for like $30. And so, like I said, at the end of 2020, I plan to reach 4K in sales. By the end of 2021, I plan to reach 6K in sales. I have my products in 2 local stores, like some boutiques. I have a chance to be in Wish ATL. It's a boutique in Little Five Points, and make jerseys for AAU teams by the year 2022 and reach 10K in sales, because I'm already making jerseys for AAU teams. Here are the jerseys right here that I made for a youth AAU basketball team, Atlanta Select. So my next steps, basically my next steps is basically connections to local boutiques and big box stores. I plan to white label my clothing line. That's what I said, wholesaling. So basically sell my clothing with just my label in it, and just sell it blank to other clothing lines that's looking for vendors and they're trying to start their business, because I'm willing to help other people grow their business. I don't really see many people as competition, because I feel like we can all help each other and scale my business online and social media and form a team, because it's just me. I mean, I have some friends that help out, that go with me to market day, give me ideas, but for the most part, it's really just me, and make jerseys for agency. That's it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you, Micah. Congrats on winning the contract for doing the uniforms for the AAU team. That's awesome.
Oh,
Awesome. My son joined, he's on an AAU team, which we don't know when they're going to get started again, but I will be sure to keep an eye out for those uniforms. And when I see them, say, hey, I know who did those. So super excited for you. Did anyone have any, did anyone have any questions for Micah? Any questions? So it seems like,
I had a question.
yes.
I was going to say, due to your trials and your tribulations, do you think they made you stronger to where as though you have a better perspective on how to come in to the business world with your clothing line? Do you think your trials and tribulations gave you the knowledge that you needed to keep you on track?
Yeah, because I never want to go back there again. Jail is not a cool place to be at, and that's what happens when you hang out with the wrong crowd. I had no business. It wasn't even something I was doing. I just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong time. But it's really helped me stay on track, and being a part of many organizations, especially like Launch, you really learn about the corporate world, the business world, and how to grow and how to be professional. And is I believe believe it or not, that's probably me going to jail is probably the best thing that ever happened to me because I probably won't be here today. I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. So it really put me on the right track for all my goals and dreams, and I'm just thankful I'm thankful to have a clean record and be able to tell my story and motivate and inspire others.
One more question.
Yeah.
Do you have a commercial for your brand? And if not, are you looking to create one?
I think I've made 3 or 4 commercials already. I'm already working on another one right now, but because of COVID-19, it's kind of slowed things down. So I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver around that. But there's one recent one that I posted on my Instagram, my fashion show that I did at the launch. That was in March, right before they shut everything down. And I have a commercial of that showcasing my spring collection.
That's great. I look forward to possibly connecting with you. If you do need a commercial, I do have videography services and I do commercials as well. I will be showcasing my business. I think I'm in the next couple of slots, but I will be showcasing it soon if you want to connect with me.
Wonderful. See, the collaboration continues. Connect, create, and collaborate. I love it, love it, love it. So thank you, Micah. Every time I hear your story, it gives me chills because, yes, while as a mother, I never want anything bad to happen to my son. Unfortunately, like you said, that was the best pivot that you could have had that put you on the path to where you are right now. And we could not be more proud. Again, inaugural participant in the 2019 Main Street Entrepreneurship Seed Fund. So super excited for you, Demo Day. Wishing you nothing but success and blessings with Never Been Standard. Thank you, Micah. Next up, we have our one of our newer members, Miss Shemaine Dauda. And Shemaine is going to talk to you all about Perscom. She's going to introduce her company that is offering insurance products and help you remain safe and protected. She provides a lot of other business services. This is her first time showcasing with us at launch, and we are super, super excited to have her. Shemaine has been one of the more active members during April 2020. She's participated in a ton of events and really has used this time wisely to pull a lot of her business ideas together. And I'm super excited to have her share them with you today. So with that, Ms. Shemaine, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so
All
much
right.
for this opportunity again. So, my name is Oshimen, and I'm the founder at Prescom. Here we go, let's start it. I'm a student in accounting, and I'll be graduating in 2021. I'm also an insurance agent since 2016. So, where the idea come from? Being in insurance industry, I noticed that almost 65% of people wait 2 days before their policy cancellation to start shopping for insurance after they got a renewal letter that is a high rate. And most people surrender and buy a policy knowing that the premium offer they got is expensive. So the lack of time and information while shopping for insurance put people in financial hardship to afford insurance. The lack of guidance in the better money management decision also put family in a financial distress and sometimes unable to afford family protection like financial insurance. As we going further, so, what value I'm trying to bring after I notice this need on the market is a time and money saving, financial protection, asset protection, business information management with startup bookkeeping services. Value wedge. What is the difference between my company, Prescom, and other insurance out there is that one-on-one collaboration based on trust and reliability, and also a better decision making that put client need first, not necessarily like the most insurance company or need of selling their product. Okay, I will move forward. Firstcom is a personal and commercial financial and protection solution company that provide insurance product and services, surety bonds, bookkeeping services, home appliances warranty, legal, personal, and commercial protection through legal. The concept, sorry, first concept is that we believe that while offering insurance quote through different insurance companies as a whole and as all in one to prospect, we are empowering our client to choose a premium based on their budget, need, and value. We want to eliminate the hassle of insurance shopping. We can also generate a lead uh, at least three quote offer from different companies to our prospect. The bookkeeping service is a startup bookkeeping solution and a legal protection plan to businesses through legal share. Pescon is all about helping people to protect themselves, their finance, asset and business. Moving forward, our goal is to dedicate 50% of our time to insurance service and product, 30% of our time into bookkeeping service as for now, and 10% for legal shade, and while 5% for home appliances coverage, and 5% for surety bond. As an agent, as an insurance agent, I have appointment with Global Life, Standard Life, AIG, and Social Security Life. This company, and I can provide term life, whole life, and financial expenses. When it comes to personal and commercial insurance, I can also provide a code and help people buying their policy for auto, home rental. And for commercial, I can also help my customer get commercial auto, commercial liability, the business owner policy, the error and omission, and workers' compensation. And I also have appointment with this company. So that's the advantage I have as an independent agent. I'm not locked with one company where I will always have that need, that pressure to push the product out there, and sometimes feel like forcing and the client getting into a policy. The other product and service that I have at Perscom is that I can sell bonds through Colonials. I have mm, have a contract with Colonial that I can only sell bond through Colonial. I also can provide bookkeeping service for startup and small business. That is the only sole thing that is not like from Perscom with my bookkeeping experience. And I also have a mentor ready to guide me as we move on further. I have we have legal personnel and commercial protection through legal share. Legal share is a company out there, and they provide coverage to people that cannot afford lawyer cost. And I also have the home appliances protection through home warranty. That is the company right there. I put in the picture right there. Our goal for 2021 is to process 100,000 sales per year. And how we can attain that number? We can attain that number by processing at least 25 quotes a day in insurance needs. And from that, we can generate a commission of 2,000 a week for personal line and 3,000 a week for commercial line. And also we want to reach a goal of 33 for other service and commission. Please feel free to reach out to me out there through Instagram and Facebook, and you also can visit our website. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'll be open for any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Charmaine. Let's see, does anyone have any questions? I'm looking to see if there are any hands raised. While I wait to see if there are any hands raised, I'm curious, how many phone calls have you received in this time as a result of everything that's going on? I would imagine that insurance is on the top of many people's minds these days. Have you received an influx in calls?
Yeah, I've been working from home, and I also have leads. And can you hear me?
We sure can.
Yes, I'm working from home, and I'm processing calls daily basis, and yeah, I have, as a new company, I'm getting there, but my focus right now is to put the work out there to let people know that FirstCom is there and what we are able to do. That is why I'm very active on Facebook and um, Instagram, and I also try to reach out to my community by sending out some flowers and a postcard so they can reach out to me for any insurance needs.
Okay. Did anyone have any other questions for Ms. Dowda? Thank you. Charmaine, congratulations. Thank you. You survived your first showcase. We appreciate you, ma'am. We appreciate you and wish you all the best of luck with PERSCOM, and continue. Make sure you go ahead and schedule your next consulting session so we can keep talking about what you're going to be doing going forward. So congrats to Charmaine. Next up, we have someone who is giving Tim and Chidi a run for their money with the most hours at launch. We have Ms. Nicole Toole, the co-founder of EcoDrop. Nicole and her team were also part of the, the inaugural Main Street Entrepreneurship Seed Fund. She also, I'm very pleased to announce that EcoDrop was awarded third place at Demo Day. They did an amazing job at Demo Day and walked away with an additional check in addition to what they earned from just being a part of the Seed Fund cohort. So kudos to Nicole and her team. Many of you may have already heard about EcoDrop, but for those that are new, it is my pleasure to go ahead and introduce you to Nicole Toole.
Awesome. All right.
Go ahead, give me 1 second, ma'am. All right, it should be all yours.
Okay. Okay, cool. Found it.
Nicole is up, and Najel, you are on deck.
Cool. All right, can everyone see my screen?
We sure can.
Awesome. All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Nicole, and I'll be presenting to you my company, EcoDrop. So it's no secret that pollution is a growing issue on our planet. Our forests, our wildlife, our oceans are becoming more and more polluted each and every day. But it's also no secret that recycling is a solution to this problem. But according to the EPA, only 34% of all recyclables are actually recycled in the US. We have one of the lowest recycling rates when compared to other developed nations. But to make matters even worse, in 2018, China banned the importation of plastic from countries across the globe, which put America into a frenzy because we never even considered creating the appropriate infrastructure to take care of our own waste. America's current recycling processes has 3 central problems. It produces highly contaminated materials, it's extremely costly, and has very low participation rates. But we believe that we've created the solution. EcoDrop's mission is to create tech-based recycling solutions that promote and establish environmentally conscious cultures and communities. And we do this in two ways. Oops. We do this through our recycling machine as well as through our mobile application. Our recycling machine automates the recycling process and accepts plastic and aluminum materials. It ensures the collection of contamination-free materials through our barcode and weight detection process. This is paired with our mobile application that rewards users for recycling. Our users on the mobile application will be able to receive points, which can be redeemed for different products and services within their community. And our process is very simple. How it works is users will collect their plastic bottle and aluminum cans. Then they insert them into our machines. In exchange, they get points on the mobile application that can be redeemed for discounts for different products within their community. So we're currently targeting college and university campuses in the initial stages of our development. There are currently 5,300 college and university campuses within the US, and we plan to target, if we target just 30% of this market, we have the opportunity of opening a $57 million market. But we believe that our potential is much greater than this. We see our machines on corporate campuses, grocery stores, shopping centers, sports stadiums, and other public places, which opens us up to a $1.8 billion total addressable market. Our key competitors are TOMRA and Envipco, both of which utilize cashback reward systems. And these reward systems, they give users cash back for the recyclables that they turn in. But this model isn't feasible in the United States because it requires states to have bottle deposit laws. These are laws that allow for citizens to get cash back on the recyclables that they turn in. But since there's only 10 bottle deposit law states in the US, this limits TOMRA and Envipco's scope and influence. Because we utilize a reward-based model, we have the opportunity of opening or going into every state and country worldwide. We receive revenue through two central streams, through the leasing of our machines, as well as through the sale of our recyclables. Our machines lease for roughly $12,000 per year per machine, and we sell our recyclables for roughly 40 cents per pound. And our key costs include collection and hauling, as well as the manufacturing of each machine. So in a very short amount of time, we had been making a lot of traction. So in August, we were incorporated in the Main Street Entrepreneurship Program, which allowed for us to gain mentorship and the money to complete customer discovery, as well as our first proof of concept. So we completed customer discovery on 10 college campuses and talked to over 300 students about their recycling processes. We also held recycling days on Georgia State's campus, in which we allowed for Georgia State students to turn in plastic bottles and aluminum cans in exchange for physical coupons to restaurants that we partnered with on campus. We had an incredible turnout and collected over 2,000 materials and had over 100 users in less than 32 hours. We also completed the first iterations of our mobile application and machine, which we plan to test on Georgia State's campus during the spring semester. But as we all know, COVID-19 hit Georgia in March and stopped all of our operations. So at first it seemed like a defeat, but instead we decided to relook at our business model and make some adjustments given the current circumstances. So now our go-to-market strategy looks like this. We plan to launch our mobile application in July of 2020. This mobile application will allow for students to recycle within their comfort of their homes. Between July and December, we plan to grow our user base and then begin the launch of our machines beginning on university campuses. From there, we want to expand to from post May 2021, we hope to expand to other campuses in the state of Georgia. Our team is comprised of myself and Ashir Vasavada as co-founders, as well as our two incredible app developers and our two mentors, which includes MK, a serial entrepreneur, and Patrick Fitzgerald, who is the former co-founder of RecycleBank. So right now, we are still in the development phase, and so we're currently raising $300,000 in order to build upon our current technology and to deploy our mobile application on the App Store. So we invite you to help us on our sustainability journey. Any questions?
Kudos, kudos. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, thank you. I'm looking to see if there are any questions. I do want to take this time right now to just acknowledge and also introduce Nicole, in addition to just being an amazing entrepreneur, stellar student. She's also half of my incredible, incredible current student assistant team. And I want to go ahead and publicly thank Nicole and Pray White, who is also on the line. Nicole and Pray are my incredible student assistants, and they have been absolutely wonderful during the quarantine in helping launch, continue to be active, maintain what we're doing. And the two of them have really, really been more than have gone above and beyond to make sure that we had a successful event today. Many of the things that you see here, they created a lot of all of the social media posts and the advertisement, everything that you see was coordinated by Nicole and Pray. So I just wanted to again take this time to just say thank you, ladies. Thank you to both of you for what you have done and everything you did to kind of pull it together and to make sure that launch, was stood up during this time of crisis. It took a minute to just kind of get our flow together, but we've been here and have been able to continue to serve our Pantherpreneurs, and it's all because of you. So I thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, Philly cheesesteak for big days on me when we get back downtown.
I have a
Thank
question
you,
for
thank you.
Nicole.
Yes, Miss White.
Um, so first off, Nicole, I would just like to say I personally amazing. Like just top 10, you inspire me. Like every day I see you working on EcoDrop, you really do. So kudos to you on that. So
Thank
yes.
you.
So how do you stay motivated and how do you stay on track, especially with the growth of business during this time, like during this time right now? Because no lie, I don't see how you're doing it because I'm trying to do like work in school and it's crazy for me.
Gosh, how to stay motivated? Um, I would honestly say that it's comes from my team. They honestly work so hard and they don't stop. So I can't stop. So I will have to say that it really does come from my team and just the fact that I really want this to succeed and I really believe in the idea.
Hmm.
Definitely hard, but I know it'll be worth it.
Okay.
So
It
yeah.
definitely will.
Okay. So that just speaks to, one of the pillars of success for entrepreneurship is surround yourself with really good people. Surround yourself with good people. You never want yourself to be the smartest one in the room. You always want to surround yourself with other people that are going to hold you accountable, that are going to push you, motivate you to be better, do better. Always want to strive for better. So kudos to Ashir. Please let Ashir know we gave him a shout out. You guys keep pushing each other to make it happen, and this will all be over soon. And we will wish we had this quiet time again. So enjoy it while you have it, but use it productively. Again, to go back to what Chidi said earlier, don't just be busy, be productive.
Right.
Those are absolutely two different things. And um, we're going into finals week next week. So you got a few days to go ahead and wrap up the semester, and then we'll catch our breath and get ready for summer and fall 2020. Kudos to you again, Nicole. Kudos, kudos.
Yeah, thank you.
Next up, we have, I think, the very newest member to Launch GSU. Nigel is no stranger to Launch, as he has been coming in with George as an active member of Greatest Minds, but he is the newest on paper official member of Launch GSU. We are very excited to have Nigel Williams join us. Um, he's been incredibly active on campus and learning his way around and has an entrepreneurial mindset and really wants to take his business to the next level. We're super excited to be here for him. He has tons of ideas, and it is my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce Nigel to you today so he can tell you all about what he's looking to do with Dragstar Productions. All right, Nigel, give me 1 second. I'm Let me go ahead and turn this over to you.
Is there a way you can make I joined it off my computer. It says Nigel Williams too. I'm labeled as an attendee. Is there a way you can make that
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
main one to
Yes.
screen share from?
Yep. Give me 1 second. I didn't see that. Yep. And hold on. All right. Now go
Okay,
ahead and share that screen. Awesome.
now I see it. Now it's time to share my content with you guys. Screen one. Here it goes. Okay. There we go. It should be connecting you
Fantastic.
guys to the PowerPoint.
Yep. Give us 1 second. All right. Yep. Go ahead and put that in show mode, and then you're good to go, sir.
All right, let's go. All right, today, you guys, I am the founder of Dragstar Productions, a film and media based corporation. And let's get into it. That right there is just my tag for my videos that I do edit when I do edit videos, do music videos, or even photography services. Now, my name is Nigel Williams. I'm a freshman film and media major at Georgia State University, the founder of Dragstar Productions. You can reach Dragstar Productions on Twitter or Instagram at Dragstar, PROD, short for Productions. About us. Let me go ahead and move this to the side. How were you founded? Well, I started Dragstar Productions after basically learning how to edit through gaming. I started gaming first, and then I wanted to edit through my music videos and actually apply them to gaming. So I would take music and I would take my Call of Duty clips and I would sync all the clips that I had with the music to create edits. Then I started thinking like, okay, what if I could make money off this? And what if I could actually film things in real life and connect with people, do documentaries and commercials? Then I filmed my first music video this June. And that's when I thought, like, okay, this may be a great idea. So I created my company June of 2019. And what inspired me to create this company was the simple fact that I wanted to make my dreams from my video game life turn into my actual life and combine the two together so that way I could be the best I could be. Next slide. All right. What is Dragstar Productions? We are a brand of editors, videographers, and photographers. Do you need graphic art or a flyer for an event? Do you want to showcase or highlight a ceremony, banquet, or even a basketball game, and you want to have your clips to post for scouts to look at you? Or maybe even some photos to reminisce on a previous event. Contact Dragstar Productions. We will convert your dreams into a virtual content for you to look back at. Here's my contact information, and this will be on the business card coming shortly. Sadly, we are virtual, so if we were in person, this would be your business card right here. Going on to the next slide. Who is my audience? Where is my audience, and how do I attract my audience? First, my audience is anyone who wants to create a vision for an event or even want to look at photos. So, say for example, okay, you have a wedding coming up and you want to capture every moment so that way when you sit down and you think about how good you looked in that dress, you're like, dang, this is definitely some good quality. Versus where you can go to other companies and you may get the same quality, but it may not be the same effect. For example, I come out and I bring the camera, I capture events, and I also bring audio equipment with me. I don't only stick to just videography as well. That is actually, I want to say, a compliment to my services for the simple fact that we know videography and audio complement each other very well. So why not add one just for free? We don't charge for audio. Where is my audience? Well, since I'm based in Atlanta and Atlanta has now taken over the film game, my audience is mainly in Atlanta, which is why I'm stationed here and I go to college in Georgia State. It was all strategic for my plan to build my business. How do I attract my audience? I attract my audience simply the same way I am here doing my sales pitch. Most of my audience have been through IRL contact in real life, or even through my network through Twitter or even Instagram, or fellow friends that I have met. Now, the skills that went into my business, and here's the timeline to where so you can get more in depth about what went into my business as to how it came out to be what it is today. 2014 is where I started gaming. I was 13 years old on YouTube. If anybody is familiar with FaZe Clan, I tried to be just like them. Then I started thinking, I want to learn how to edit, which is why Adobe Premiere is right here. Adobe Premiere is a program that I use to edit my videos as well as Sony Vegas. And even YouTube came into prospect within my editing because this is where I uploaded my content to and started editing as well. I also started my videography, like I said, in June 2019. And then photography came into place as well 2019 because once you pick up a camera and you want to start playing with it and learning all the skills it comes with, you soon start thinking like, okay, I may not have to just be in this one section. I can move and become more versatile. The next thing you know, I started graphic design from photography. I took the pictures that I was editing and I started thinking like, okay, what if I made some banners? Which is how I made my own banners and my logos for my business cards on the previous slides. Here's a customer, Karan. The client category that he is in is photography, as you can see in this picture. The package that he got was the basic package. This basically is a package of 20 or so photos, depending on your choices, up to 20 photos, and they're all edited photos. And basically within this package, you can choose different locations. It gets more in depth, which is why I would generalize it based off your locations and your preferences, because Atlanta is a big city, and there are definitely many film sites that you can see in Atlanta. So the basic package includes 20 photos and 20 edited photos. So you get your raw photos as well as the edited photos in combination with that too. Graphic design work, flyers and banner. Here's a good example of my graphic design work, my flyers and banner. Here's the YouTube banner I shot for my friend Hit Boy Eli for the fame. I shot this, matter of fact, I think I shot this past summer as soon as I got on campus. And I also did a YouTube video banner. And just picking up a camera, I started running into more skills that I start thinking like, okay, I can apply these all together and really make a business. Then I have an event flyer for Greatest Minds, as you all know. If you can't see right here, I got a Greatest Minds shirt on. And within Greatest Minds, I've made flyers for the events. And this is also in addition to how I was learning my skills and start feeling my way through my skills, feeling as though I can be versatile. I also made a Forex banner right here. And I think I animated it so you can actually see the dollar sign moving. There it goes. I animated it so you can see the dollar sign moving. This is mainly for people on Instagram if they want to post something to promote their business. I do event flyers like this. It's kind of like a gift so you can see the motion moving. All right, now going into photography, we capture the moments you love to look back at. We are connected with a few studios for plain background photos, such as Cam Kirk Studios. Picking your own location is an option, and if you are indecisive, we have locations to choose from, such as the Old Fourth Ward, such as Piedmont Park, and Centennial Olympic Park. They are very great sites, depending on what type of vibe you want to catch for your photography and the photos you want to look back at. Here's a good example of some pricing right here. We have a wild sale. I made this during the quarantine. Sadly, that I won't be able to use it for a good minute until this is all over. But right now, I'm doing $30 per hour of a photo shoot, depending on how things are setting up. For example, if we were at a studio and say you wanted me to come out to do a photo shoot for a studio that you're already at, outside of Can Kirk Studios or any connected studios, it would be $30 per hour of the photo shoot. The editing prices for the photos, $10 for 5 photos, $15 for 10 photos, and $20 for 20 photos. The travel fee could be anywhere $25 anywhere 10 miles plus Marietta. I was gonna see the zip code, but plus Marietta. We are not driving super far. I am in college still, and I'm trying to get my whole situation settled for us transportation. And there is the emails that you can also contact me from ARC and HD. And make sure when you email me, make the subject photography so that way I can also know and notify myself. Going into the next slide. Here's another client I had. I actually previously did right before this COVID-19 epidemic, and she purchased the basic package. Here's an example right here at Old Fourth Ward Park that we actually shot, so you can actually get a visualization of how it feels or even how it looks. As you can see, the background is blurred out. You can see the face is clear. The photography content is on point and beautiful. The stages in my journey. My journey was never easy, and I don't want to say it's hard because it was something I'm supposed to do because it's a part of my journey. What's hard teaches me. If it's easy, you won't learn from it as much as you should be. I created a brand and a name for my desired field, Dragstar Productions. I progressed my skills to be worthy of providing services. I got confident within my skills. I was editing before I actually started providing editing services. Marketing my services to those in search of a videographer and photographer. I have business cards, as you can see. Those are the new updated cards. So that is not only my first, that is my second business card model, and also the stage 4. Expanded to a multimedia agency who contracts all of our fellow entrepreneurs. So stage 4 to stage 5 are my goals for the future. Right now, I'm passing stage 3, going into stage 4. I want to expand my business to be a multimedia agency. We contract fellow entrepreneurs such as other videographers, photographers, even engineers, models, people who rap. We will sign these people under a contract. They can get paid, or they want to be under our agency. The agency will provide these people with jobs based off of our network and our connections and your skills. Stage 5, I want to be very well known on Forbes. This would be a good accomplishment and I think a great achievement for me to look back at, similar to a plaque, but virtually. Here's a general price list so you can get an example. Photography, our prices are based off effort and time. The basic package is 20 edited photos, 2 locations, $50, depending on your location. That's what makes it $50. The location is intact. Depending on how far it is, that's how much you're looking at paying. Professional headshots, $15 is a flat rate fee. Videography is based off equipment and time as well. Events could range from $30 to $90 per hour, depending on what equipment we need to bring out, depending on how many people we need to come out and actually film. It would be $30 to $90 per hour. So, say for example, I may come out, and if you need 2 different camera perspectives, 2 other people may come out along with me in our corporation, and we may set up a camera in different areas or different angles, wherever it may be, and $30 per hour would pay for each person. The commercial and music videos range from $150 to $250 based off the time limit of the video, how long it could be, because it could be a short 1 minute film. It could also range to a 5 minute film, as well as editing. Editing prices are time and effort based. Documentaries could range from $250 to $400. The max is 3 hours. For anything outside of 3 hours or more than 3 hours, there would be special accommodations or special conditions that would need to be talked about. Commercial and music videos could range from $50 to $150, depending on, and they all depend on the length of the clip, how long you want it to be, because with editing, there's always a vision. And it's never usually a generalized vision, I could say, because your own vision is your creativity and you want to build your brand or build whatever you're showcasing to match your standards. And I would like to open this up for questions. If anybody has any questions about my business, please go ahead, and this would be the time to state so. And here's where you can connect with us at. Can you all hear me?
We sure can. We sure can, Nigel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That is awesome. You we have had a few multimedia businesses come through launch, but we're super, super excited to have you and know that you'll be here for the next 4 years. As you were inquiring with Micah a few minutes ago, any of our members that may have a need for photography or commercial services, we know that they can go ahead and give you a shot. How have you been soliciting your business during this time? Have you been doing a lot of networking? Tell us a little bit about how that's been going for you.
Well, through this brief time, I figured I'd take some steps down the ladder to look back up at the ladder and see what I need to put on there. So I'm thinking during this quarantine, I've been thinking to myself, like, okay, what other services could I provide to my business? So, for example, I've been going outside and actually trying to get a portfolio of nature to actually expand my skills and my content because I can do people all day, but I want to be versatile to prove that my business is not only in one area or one genre. I can do people as well as photography, doing photography services for doing photography services for events currently going on. Also documenting things going throughout the quarantine. So right now I'm working on a quarantine documentary, and this is basically showcasing just the normal household life for a college kid going through the quarantine situations, socially going life away from friends, also business wise, things are being slowed down as well as I would like to say just how things are looking in society, how the economy is moving. You can see in my documentary when it does come out how people oftenly go out and actually use the grocery store, how active people are basically in society today due to the quarantine.
I was thinking about that and the importance of really documenting this time. So I absolutely encourage you to do that. Just make sure you're doing it and being safe with it. But that will absolutely be something that you would be able to promote and to share, and people will be very interested in looking at just the different perspectives of what that looks like. Um, from a college student, interview your mom, get her perspective, get some different perspectives. It'd be very interesting to see how that turns out, and I'm sure that's something that people may be very interested in. So,
Thank you, Ms. Bracy.
did anyone have any other questions for Nigel? Nigel is going to join us in a few more presentations to chime in when you get a chance to learn about Greatest Minds. So we'll be looking forward to having Nigel back. But before we move on to our next presenter, I would like to go back to something. It was my fault. My apologies. I have so many screens up on my computer that I overlooked a question. We had a very important question come through for Nicole. So I'd like to take this opportunity to have Nicole come back in so we can get this question addressed. Let's see. Nicole, the question for you was, there's so Tracy on the line wanted to know, how did you first come across this idea and then actually get a chance to build the machine?
Wait, what was the first question? Sorry.
How did you come across the idea? And then how did you actually get the first machine built? They were curious in a minute talking about the backstory.
So in 2018, there's a program at Georgia State called Digital Learners Leaders. And I recommend that any entrepreneur go in that program because it's really phenomenal. But anyways, so in this program, they ask that you create a technological solution to a societal problem. And so what our group came up with is, we knew that pollution is an issue and nobody recycles. But, like as college students, we're like, if we could get like MARTA points or something, like we would recycle everything. And of course, we were also thinking of like just homeless people not being able to make a living, especially since they took away the bottle deposit law in Georgia. So we kind of just saw this as a solution to help college students. And then also, of course, just like people who don't have access to or just would need discounts on certain items and things that they want to do in their lives. And then the second question, our first machine. So we had a mechanical engineer on our team. He's a student at Georgia State actually, Kenny Adedera. And he actually built and designed the whole machine by himself, which was incredible. We found him at the Pantherland conference at Georgia State. And so if anyone is looking for like people to be on their team for their tech company, definitely go to these events because they have, I mean, students will just showcase what they're doing and it's incredible. So yeah, he built our first machine. And so yeah, that's that. I think that answers.
Tracy, did you have another question for Nicole? I see you. I just unmuted
Nope.
your mic.
Thank you. No, that was great. Like that answered a lot because I'm like, every now and then, if I have some sort of tech idea, there's no way to get it built, unless I connect. Um, so that's neat that you had a mechanical engineer. So you told me about how your passion came for it. So that's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
You mentioned digital learners, leaders, and then the engineers you guys met at something called Pantherland.
Yeah, Pantherland conference.
Thank you.
Of course, no problem.
One other one. Now the questions, it looks like the juices are flowing. The questions are coming. So we have one question for Nigel. Nigel, I want to go ahead. Nigel, I want to go ahead and toss it back to you. Someone wanted to know, of course, with what you do, there are a lot of people that it's easy for anyone to go buy a camera. It's easy for anyone to go buy video editing software. We all have video cameras on these fancy phones we carry everywhere. But having the tool and knowing how to use it are two completely different things. So just curious, someone wanted to know what makes you different from everyone else with a fancy iPhone or with a camera? How are you differentiating yourself from many of the other people that provide very similar goods and services?
Well, I would like to start off by promoting my famous, most used software, Sony Vegas, because Sony Vegas is actually a product that most people don't use when they're editing. And it's a software basically built off the basis of every single property that you could use for editing. It's like editing from scratch. So even my effects that I built within my software, they are basically from scratch, a combination of other effects that I put together. Another thing that sets me aside from every other person who does edit as well, or even just picks up a camera, is also my storyline and my guideline within it. I don't just stick to editing music videos and commercials. I've also edited virtual gaming videos, stars Call of Duty and Fortnite videos. So even for recreational services, if you want to even broadcast your skills on a game or highlights, I've edited game videos similar to that as well. Whereas though most people just stick to the IRL and personal connections where they get videos of people or maybe documentaries or commercials of a brand, I also go into the gaming world and actually capture a different audience as well.
Thank you, thank you. Um, as we know, esports is one of those areas that it is booming. I believe I heard there was an esports tournament, and I can't remember the name. You may know it, but I think one of the biggest esports tournaments had more viewers than the Super Bowl last year. So that's just a testament to what's happening with esports. And kudos to you for being on the ground floor of that and keeping your finger on the pulse of what's happening and what people need. So kudos to you. I look forward to seeing all the great things that you're going to be doing over the next 4 years. All right. And with that, thank you both for sharing a little more information. Again, Nigel, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you found Launch. I'm so really excited to look forward to seeing what you have to bring next. Next, we're going to get back to the agenda. It is my absolute honor, privilege, and pleasure to introduce you to Miss Janella Nguyu. Janella is one of our incredible launch members. This young lady, if you talk about joy, you look up the word joy in the dictionary, you're going to see Janella's face next to it. You never, ever, ever see her without that gorgeous grin on her face. And you know, your presence speaks a lot for you. Despite what could possibly be going on in her life, in her day, in her class, Janella always walks in the room with a grin and a smile on her face, and it just lights up the whole room. And that is a true testament to her personality. Again, you always see Janella smiling, and I love to see her walk into the room. She is doing something amazing with what many may consider a lost art. We often are moving so fast these days that some of these traditions aren't handed down any longer. But she has turned this opportunity into something incredible, something that people don't do anymore, but is absolutely greatly, greatly needed. She has taken that and is trying to continue the tradition and share this tool and this trade with others. And I'm so excited for her. Janella has also been, she's also one of the Main Street Entrepreneurship Seed Fund winners and did an amazing job at Demo Day. She's doing some incredible things. I could go on and on and on about Janella, but I want you to hear from her. So it is my privilege and pleasure to introduce you all to Janella.
Sorry, it's my
Yeah,
niece.
to you. And she is going to tell you all about health. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Janella. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
You'll be able to share your screen. Hold on one.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, I was in the wrong place.
Is my
Right. Okay, you should be able to go ahead and share your screen now.
okay? Is my video on?
You look absolutely gorgeous, ma'am. Yep.
Oh, hi guys. Okay,
Go
cool.
ahead and share your screen.
Okay. Alrighty. So,
See, I told you, there's that smile.
Oops. Okay, cool. Wait, but okay. Is my video on?
Your video is, we see you, but I don't see your PowerPoint.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead and share your screen.
my apology, guys. Sorry.
While
How do you
Janella,
share your screen again? How do you share your screen
your
again?
mouse, your mouse,
Sorry.
and next to the video cameras, to the right of the video camera, it says share content.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, perfect. All right. Oh, that's cool. Is it on?
It's coming. There you go. Yep, it's up.
Whew. Hi, everybody. My name is, oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, let me just get, okay. Hold on just a second. Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Janella Guna, and I am the founder and CEO of Self, also known as Students Expressing Life Through Passion. And I'm also a women's wear designer. I was featured in New York Fashion Week, and I was also in Dillard's and other amazing features as well. So when I was 16 years old, oh, by the way, I have an impediment, so that's why I'm pausing a lot. But anyhow, when I was 16 years old, I had always dreamed about going to SCAD, and when I finally got in, my time there was actually cut due to the cost. And I noticed that I wasn't the only one that out of all of the 8 fashion colleges in Georgia, more people were actually getting in than actually graduating. And it was due to the cost as well as the average cost after aid. And then to the average grants give you colleges is 6,000, and so it doesn't really help you when it comes to your to the cost. So my team determined that our fashion design program would be best for those that could afford fashion colleges to those that actually dropped out. And so the actual data on that is that 40% of fashion college people end up either leaving their dream fashion college, as I did, or they end up dropping out. And then 28% of designers currently make up the fashion industry currently. And so if you look at it at a market size, that's about 3.8 million in Georgia, but we are wanting to bring our company nationwide, and so that'll bring us to the 2 billion. Also in Georgia, if you look at those that end up leaving their dream fashion colleges, they have to lean on local sewing environments. And so I used to go to Joann's and to all of these awesome sewing places. However, they didn't cater to designers. They only cater to hobbyists. And so my company, we actually differ from our competitors, being that we offer a self-based course membership that is affordable and that actually teaches you the designer realm of it. We also hire new graduates of fashion colleges. And so on our team, we have 4 people that actually graduated from fashion colleges that are teaching at-risk designers. And then of course, we offer all of our members opportunities in the fashion realm. And so this fall, our members are volunteering at New York Fashion Week, which is very good, being that all of them are very, they're very invested in sewing. And so these are the problems that my sewing company is currently tackling: the tuition at fashion colleges, to the lack of design working environments in Georgia that caters to designers. And so that's where we actually come in. So we launched in 2019, and we had our first event, and it was pretty much like a way for those on campus to actually learn about us. And the actual fee is $120 annually that GSU members pay. And so they actually get basic knowledge on fashion design, be able to make a whole, as well as having launch and utilizing sewing equipment there. And then all of our teachers are designers too. So they're doing New York Fashion Week. One of them is in Paris Fashion Week too. And so our members get to actually volunteer and or just like have them as their mentors. Also, we have our package, which includes our pins, our merchandises that they can actually wear, as well as their graduation board. So this is our team that we have. My assistant helps out with like, I want to put like 90% of our tasks. And then we have our CTO, Gilbert. Gabrielle is a graduate of SCAD, and she takes all of our pictures for our social media to our marketing. We also have a pattern as well. Kiki, who is awesome. Our beginners teacher, to Megan, who actually teaches you on the retail end, to our videographer who handles our YouTube channel, and then our events lead, Lauren. Then our advisor is currently MK. He has been extremely helpful and pretty much everything. And so since our launch, we currently have 92 members. All of them are currently with us. And then we also won grants to fund our equipment, which is in launch. We were featured in 7 articles. Some of them were fashionable articles, business, and then we did pitches. We also to events that generate funding as well. So these are our partners that are working with us this year and next year. And the cool part about it, they're actually taking on our members as their own interns. And so you have Dillard's, who just recruited 9 of our members. We have Cameron, Joanne, Fashion Week, and everyone else. And so before COVID happened, we were actually planning on opening up our 24/7 design working environment in Atlanta. And so we are currently working with investors because we actually pitched for $500,000 to actually open. We have 2 investors who are working with us. However, they're kind of weary on investing in property currently due to COVID. And so currently we launched our online fashion program in March to give our members their continued learning. Also, due to COVID, we were able to make masks to actually donate to the people. And then we are also working on an app that is planning on launching probably this is pretty much who we are. I hope you guys or just go to our webpage. Other than that, guys, thank you for your time. Any questions?
Janella, thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I'm a huge fan of Self, and I absolutely love what you do. I do have a question, but I was just notified that one of our panelists has to leave for a 3 p.m. meeting. If you don't mind, I would love to bring Adesiwa on so she can just talk to us for just 2 minutes, and then I'll come back to you, Janella, for questions because I have a question for you. But I would absolutely love to bring Adesiwa on. Otherwise, we may lose her and we won't be able to get her back. So Adesiwa, it is my absolute honor and pleasure to introduce you all to Adesiwa Amida-Fiden. Adesiwa was at launch before I was. She preceded me at launch. So I had the pleasure of seeing Nurture Skincare as it was being born, and was one of those I had the privilege of testing her products, which the sugar scrub was absolutely amazing. But Adesiwa has a 3 p.m. meeting. She is an alum of Georgia State, class of 18 or 17. I can't, these years are just flying by. Did you graduate in 17?
Yeah.
Class of 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And is blessed to have full-time employment, of which she has a meeting in 7 minutes. So Adesiwa, we're going to go ahead and toss this over to you. I've already made you a presenter, so you can go ahead and share your screen, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us, Adesiwa. We appreciate you coming back. And again, congratulations to Adesiwa, who also was part of the initial cohort 2019 Leadership Seed Fund. And
Yes.
she's going to talk to you today about Nurture Skincare.
Hey guys, I don't know if you can see me or can you hear me?
We hear you and we see your screen. Just go ahead and put that in presentation mode.
Okay. So hello, my name's Adesiwa. I'm the founder of Nurture Skincare. I'm gonna hold on one second. I'm the founder of Nurture Skincare. It's a unisex, natural, and sustainable skincare company that not only focuses on you, but also your well-being. So I struggled with my skin for years, as you can see in these photos. I tried everything under the sun, from prescription to over the counter. Nothing really quite cleared my skin and helped me feel like confident at the same time. I just always felt like companies were pushing their products onto me. So I did some research and looked and see if other people felt that way. And 85% of teens to young adults struggle with acne. And 71% of them said it affects their body image and self-esteem. And to me, that's like huge. Like, it means that I'm not only feeling this way, but a lot of other people are. Yes, I went out and did some customer discovery and asked some students on campus. And they said that current skincare companies don't clear and improve their skin and focus on their confidence outwardly. And I found that I did 40 customer validation interviews and received 30 plus survey responses. Now even more, because I did some more research now, but this is just here and there. So I created Nurture Skincare, a unisex natural and sustainable skincare company that focuses on your skin and your self-esteem. So right now I have 3 products. There's a beard oil, but it's not on the screen. Right now, the 2 that focus on acne is the Nectar Exfoliator and the Renew Oil Serum. The price of the Nectar Exfoliator is $10, and then the Renew Oil Serum is $11. And then with every product, you receive a nurture card. And these are 3 tips to self-care and self-love, because we want our products to focus on your skin while we focus on your inside, like your heart and everything, and your self-esteem. So as you look, my competitors are Curology, Myonasia, Mario Badescu, Angel Organics, and a bunch others. As we all know, like the skincare company is completely oversaturated, but a lot of them don't focus on your self-esteem, and that's what's most important. It's not just the products itself. So I gained some traction since November 2019. I've actually sold more than that as of today, but 27 products. I received great reviews, received a lot of new mailing subscribers, and it's just been great. And I'm just growing and changing and pivoting, and it's just been a really great ride. So this is my ask from the pitch competition, the $10,000 for my customer discovery, product development, and brand enhancement. I would like to say, like right now, I'm working on 3 new products: an oil cleanser, a toner, and a dark spot facial oil. And the oil cleanser, love it. It's literally amazing. Nicole Toole is going to try it, right, Nicole? And yeah, I'm just, yeah. And yeah, it's just a great ride, and it's awesome. And I feel like I'm doing something good, so I'm happy. So yeah, that's me. Let me end. How do I end share screen?
Know that you have to jump off for a 3 p.m. meeting. So I just want to say thank you again for all your support of Launch. Congrats on being part of Main Street.
Thank you.
As an alum, you, of course, you know, our doors at Launch are always open to you, especially when you continue to come back and do things like this for us. So thank you very much. Go ahead, run to your meeting. You are blessed to still be able to, you know, have your job is secure. So we want to go ahead and make sure we don't do anything to mess that up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
If anyone has any questions for you, Adesua, what's your website one more time?
Nurture Skincare without the E.com, or I'll put it in the chat thingy.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, please put that in the chat and then go ahead and run to your meeting. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. And Janella, I'm going to go ahead and I just want to come back. I just had one more question for you, but I just wanted to hear, you kind of glossed over the fact that you were making masks for healthcare workers. I want to hear a little bit more about that. Can you tell us what, obviously you have a sewing machine, so I'm sure the idea wasn't hard to come up with, but you know, how did you get that started? How many masks have you made? Are the team making masks? Can you just take a minute to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So what's crazy was that at first I wasn't trying to have us actually do it, because we were trying to figure out how to pivot due to COVID. But my mom actually works at Emory, and so she's a doctor there. So she called me and told me that pretty much every person on our team needed masks. And so of course, like, that's my mom. So I was like, okay, cool. So it kind of went from just 10 people to then like 20 to then like 100. And so we are over 250. That has, yes, that has been completed.
Oh, God bless you, Janella. That is awesome. That is, and how did you fund that? How did you fund the material for the mask? Did you just use what you had in the house, or were you able to get supplies?
Luckily, all of our fabrics, like in the company, they're purchased in bulk. So we just utilized like 2 of them and just created masks out of them. But the only challenge was getting the plastic, being that it's like completely out of the market right now. So we had to just like we had to pretty much like use different tools and like use different things, and luckily they were able to actually wear it. So that's kind of how it happened. At first I was like, I don't want to do this, but yeah.
Kudos to you. Kudos to you. That the blessings that you gave to everyone down at Emory will come back to you a millionfold. So kudos to you, ma'am. I definitely.
and-
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, we do have like leftover fabrics as well. So if there's any people on here that need masks, go to our webpage because we are pushing out orders tomorrow as well. Please do.
The webpage in the chat, everyone, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I wanted to make sure that what you were doing received the attention that was warranted. So thank you for being patient and allowing Adesuwa to go ahead and go on so she could jump onto her meeting.
Oh yeah, of course, of course.
All right. So we are going to jump back into and we're almost there. We just have two more presenters. So thank you, Janella. Next up, in addition, so let me back up. Launch is a space for all Pantherpreneurs. Those who are for-profit, hybrids like self, who's planning to have a for-profit avenue as well as a not-for-profit. Again, Janella has a huge heart, and as she grows self, then we'll talk through how the for-profit can fund the nonprofit and do all of the passion projects that she has in her heart. For-profit, not-for-profit, and social enterprises. So we support everyone who has an entrepreneurial spirit. And Greatest Minds is probably our largest social endeavor that's at Launch GSU. George Greenidge, and if you have done anything in entrepreneurship at Georgia State for more than 5 minutes, you probably have run across George Greenidge. He's kind of hard to miss. He's about 5. I would think he's about 6'5". He is not he's has a very prominent presence about himself. He is one of our PhD candidates at Georgia State, has a heart of gold. His mission is to connect people. I think on his business card, it really should be Chief Connector, because that is what George does. His goal is to figure out who you are, what you need, and then point you in the right direction to get you connected to the person that can help take wherever you're going a few steps further. His endeavor is Greatest Minds, and Jerome Miller is going to tell you all about the mission of Greatest Minds, what they're doing, why they're so passionate about it, and what you can do to be a part of it. All right, so Jerome, give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you.
All right. Can you see my PowerPoint screen?
Not yet. We see you in your amazing Greatest Minds sweatshirt. Stand up. Let me see the sweat. Or not, don't stand up. Just sit back. Let me see the sweatshirt.
All right. Here is it.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and share your screen. You should be able to share it now. It's coming.
Here we go.
Fantastic. Awesome. All right, Jerome, take it away.
All right, salutations, everyone. My name is Jerome Miller, senior undergraduate student at GSU. This is my third showcase. Happy to be a part again. And I'm here today to present Greatest Minds, which is a nonprofit. It is filed as a 501c3. So, as Ms. Bracy mentioned, trying to click over, it's not allowing me to click over. It's not allowing me to click over.
Your mouse is not working and the buttons on the computer.
Oh, sorry, here we go.
Okay,
So,
awesome.
okay, to elaborate on the founder, the one who's the mastermind and curator of Greatest Minds, Mr. George Greenidge, also known as Chip. He's the founder of Greatest Minds. He's from Cambridge, Massachusetts. It was originated in 2008, and he relocated it to Atlanta, Georgia in 2013 when he came down here to pursue his PhD in sociology and philosophy. The story behind Greatest Minds with Chip, he's from an area in Cambridge, Massachusetts, where, minorities don't really have hope. They just gravitate towards their environment in the streets and what they see. So he took it upon himself to start this organization to mentor, volunteer, and participate. So a little bit about myself and my story and why Greatest Minds intrigues me. I hail originally from Savannah, Georgia, where, if you make it out, the odds is in your favor down here in Savannah, Georgia, because, it's kind of a racist type of town and an old money type of town. So, the areas that you surround yourself around, grow in, is basically drug infested areas and whatnot. And it's up to you, the individual, to push through and make it through, but only if you want to. You got to be determined to make it out. So by me coming to Atlanta, Georgia, I ran into Chip on the street, and he just basically stopped me and said, "Hey, you want to come and join Greatest Minds?" And I was like, "Sure." So that was the connection between the two. So our purpose and why we should exist. Our purpose: we mentor, volunteer, participate. And to expound upon that, why we should exist, we are a platform for young people of all race, gender, and demographics of our generation to be aware of themselves and their abilities pertinent to the value and what they can contribute to society. At Greatest Minds, we highly promote diversity and constantly expound to our people how essential their voice is, because nowadays in our generation, a lot of people don't really know what it means to share their voice and have their opinions and their perspectives valued, because a lot of people just shut them out, or they're afraid to, hear a different perspective, because nowadays everybody's creative, everybody looks at themselves differently than what we've seen in the past. So at Greatest Minds, we allow for individuals to be themselves and show their full potential, what their creative side is all about. So that's why we should exist. Targeting audience and customer discovery. So we target young men and women, preferably those who are in high school, and we push them to, look at college and see what it has to offer. And we also have a campaign, which is the Wait Until You See My Degree campaign, which George also launched, I want to say, on Georgia State campus about approximately 2 years ago. And that, again, that's all about promoting the importance of college and what that means to broaden your horizon and, step out of your comfort zone of what you experience in high school, middle school, and early beginnings. And George does that by teaching the GSU freshman 1010 orientation class, which is a preparation to explain to potential students who's coming into college the different programs and being opportunities of Georgia State University. And we divulge them to Greatest Minds, who we are and how we could be of a great resource for them during their college years. Accomplishment and recognitions. We have an array of accomplishments and recognitions. This year, Greatest Minds is the 2020 recipient of the Carl V. Patton President's Awards for Community Service and Social Justice. Our President George R. Greenwich was a special guest earlier this January on the Kimmy Coco Connecting the Dots podcast, and he engaged in a colloquy discussing Greatest Minds, a possible World War III, urban studies, sociology, and gentrification, to name a few. Back in last fall, November to be exact, we partnered with Sweet Auburn Works of Atlanta, Georgia, to complete a project which focuses on revitalizing, preserving, and celebrating the Sweet Auburn district. We was just recently the recipient of the 2020 Royal Flame Award at GSU for our technology and student engagement event, which was held last year and launched GSU, and that focused on social media, tech, and apps. And for 7 years, dating back to 2013, we have been award recipients of the Royal Flame Awards for Best Large-Scale Outstanding Campus Organization. And I hope that continues as I leave. Also, our president was the recipient of 2018 George M. Sparks Awards from the GSU President Office, kind of a Mark Becker Award in a sense. And it was basically the award for the community, for Georgia's community and campus convenes over the last 5 years in Atlanta and at GSU. And in fall of 2018, which is the beginning of when I got at Greatest Minds, 10 of Greatest Minds members received 10 full scholarships to attend a conference in Philadelphia. And we got that through the Center of Excellence in Learning at Georgia State University. So how we raise funds and generate revenue? We raise funds through a multitude of assets at Georgia State University, such as the Student Government Association of Georgia State University, the Multicultural Center of Georgia State University, and these are programs and committees who offer every fiscal year and some by semester to provide funds to organizations on campuses, and those funds can be used for traveling, to purchase food for campus events, for students who attend IV events and meetings that we have very often in at Launch GSU. And we also may partner with CASA, which is for the advancement of students, alumni, or Black student achievement, to collaborate to do events together, because we all kind of hit on the same pinpoints and issues that our society face. And they occasionally donate funds to our organization. And members, if you want to, interested or whatever, we ask that you pay $10 a semester, but one time, and that's every year. And I would like Nigel Williams to speak on the future of Greatest Minds.
Can you,
Yes.
okay, so the future of Greatest Minds. In the future, we plan for Greatest Minds to be a bridge. Well, it already is a bridge, but expand that bridge. As you know, Greatest Minds is a place where we connect people based off their major or even their goals in life to the right people, the right organizations revolving around your major or your goals in the future. So we hope to expand with other companies and even other organizations with similar dreams to ourselves. Like he said, we connected with BSA, Black Student Achievement, also as well as CASA and even Launch. I'm an entrepreneur myself, and I found out about Launch through Greatest Minds because I'm with Greatest Minds, but I also have a skill with video production. And like I showed within my presentation, I did a flyer for Greatest Minds, and we actually held the event at Launch. And I got acclimated to Launch through Greatest Minds. So that's one good example of connections you can make. And if you don't already know, if you don't already know or already seen it, Launch is the best entrepreneur program at Georgia State. So this is a good example. Myself, I'm a good example and a walking example of how you can connect yourself to other organizations through Greatest Minds.
And you could contact us, myself, and George Greenwich through Instagram at Greatest Minds at GSU, and Facebook and Twitter. George is highly on Facebook, sharing information and informing people on Greatest Minds and what we do. Well, you can also see us on campus, wearing a lot of our merchandise. As you see in the pictures, we have "Wait Until You See My Degree" T-shirts. Me and Nigel have the Greatest Minds hoodies on, and yeah, we here to continue to help the generation and new generation of voices and young people to be themselves and really learn who they are, and we promote diversity. So yeah, any questions?
Want to piggyback on that. George has a passion for young people. He just always wants to help young people. And one of the things that he has been doing recently, he started, despite the university having a ton of events during the transition and helping people transition to online, he went ahead and pulled his own event together and has been doing weekly webinars on tools, tips, resources, and best practices for students to, again, just try to provide access to things and help them make this transition a little bit easier. So again, that's just another testament to George's passion for helping the students succeed.
Oh, in addition to that, Miss Bracy, I do want to say that through those meetings, I have also connected with the librarian who has connected me to free ebooks. If you guys are interested in that, it's library.gsu.edu. If you wanted to connect to any free ebooks, if you have any troubles finding books for your classes, or even wanted to read a book just to learn and enlighten yourself.
Awesome. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you. So I just wanted to make sure I gave that quick shout out about other things that Greatest Minds are doing. Were there any other questions? Okay. Thank you, guys. Time flies when you're having fun. We have now come to our final presenter for today. And again, I know Najel is the newest member to launch. His application is the most recent, but Ms. Fatima Mustafa is also a new member. Fatima joined us in spring, right as we were transitioning to the quarantine, but she has also been incredibly, incredibly active during the month of April. She has not let any time slip away. She's attended many of our events posted in April, has asked a lot of questions, has signed up and taken advantage of office hours. And that's what you got to do. Life is not about what happens to you, it's about how you respond and you react to it. And Fatima took this quarantine as an opportunity to take the launch bull by the horns and figure out what we can do for her and take advantage of all of the resources that are available at Launch GSU. I'm looking forward to meeting Fatima in person. We've talked so much electronically, but I'm very much looking forward to meeting her in person. And Fatima today is going to tell us all about Turning Point, tell you all about, because I already know about it, tell you all about Turning Point Life Solutions, LLC. It's my pleasure to introduce you all to Ms. Fatima Mustafa. Fatima, you give me 1 second. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you, ma'am. All right. You should be able to go ahead and share your screen. Fatima, we don't hear you anymore, ma'am. Are you on mute? Take yourself off mute. Let's see. Where did Miss Fatima go? Both of your devices are on mute. Fatima, we see you. Okay. There we go.
Wow. So something was going on with the bandwidth and it was going in. I'm missing a lot of information. So let me share my screen here and see if it's coming up there.
See it in a second.
Is it there? Can you see it?
Nope, not yet. Did you already hit share content?
I sure did.
Well, let's see. Not yet. Is it telling you that it's sharing? Oh, her bandwidth. She said she's having bandwidth issues. Well, Fatima, if we can't get this working, I was going to say the backup plan would be maybe to just talk on the phone and just share with everyone what you're doing via phone.
Okay.
Let's see. Where's your second? It looks like you disconnected your phone, so you're just on one device now, correct? Okay. Well, we're not going to let this little technological hiccup mess up your moment. We still want to hear all about Turning Point Life Solutions, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, my company is Turning Point. This year, I was going to do something else due to some events. It dropped to this, and I just could not take my heart out of it. Wow. Okay. Is it going out?
No, we hear you. I just went ahead and put the slide that we made for you back on the screen so they can
Okay,
see your
thank you.
beautiful face.
Okay, thank you. I've been advised by, Professor Joseph Brown, who's a computer information specialist professor at Clarkson campus, and of course the launch program. So I run into some new, I would say, goals that I have been able to reach, and then some things that I did not think would happen. I was accepted in National Society of Leadership and Success this year. Before the COVID, I was voted president of the Entrepreneur Club over there at the Clarkson campus because I'm cross-level taking some classes. And then I got accepted into the launch program after that. And that was like the icing on the cake that really pushed me and let me know this is what you need to be doing. The doors were opening up for me to get the mentoring and get the advisement. So coming to talking about Turning Point Life Solutions, I personally have experienced things with my son. I have a son with autism, and I've often had these very, very long nights where I've tried to coach him, or I would be getting off work in the evening, and because he would be so frustrated or maybe hypersensitive to certain things emotionally, that I would have to go look for him for several hours and come up with different tactics to get him to calm down. I just took it to heart. Recently also, I have met with different groups of women that have experienced trauma and listened to their stories and just finding out a little bit more information about what they go through dealing with different types of anxiety and stress from recovering from trauma or any type of mental pain, that they do say something additional. There are not enough resources out there, and it just kind of made me think. So I want to talk about anxiety and how important and how big how it affects people, and me knowing and seeing it up close and personal with my son. It can just really break you down. So when I did some research, I saw that the National Society of Mental Illness and Anxiety and Depression Association of America, from their stats, they have that over 40 million American adults in the US have an anxiety disorder. And approximately 7% of children that are aged 3 to 17 experience issues with anxiety each year. Most people develop symptoms before the age of 21 years of age, but there's often not enough resources or help or anything affordable for them. So for Turning Point Life Solutions, our main goal is to create a technology device that is driven with artificial intelligence. And the main goal of this device is to respond, coach, and react with survivors of any type of anxiety and traumatic stress in the event that they cannot get in touch with a professional right away, or there are no professionals available to them because they lack other resources. Now, right now for the company, the current budget that runs about $1,200 a month, so it's about $400 a week, and that goes to research, mentoring right now, and that's me learning the steps and everything that I need to do to proceed. A future goal is to eventually obtain money so we can start doing prototypes and things like that, and bigger testing. But right now, most of this time needs to go into research and learning and getting the mentoring that's needed. Now, I did research some companies, and some companies are coming up with some similar concepts, but their main goal is to do this and achieve this with facial recognition. I looked and saw that the Brain Mining Lab in Montreal, Canada, the Institute of Anxiety and Emotion Research, which is in Nyack, New York, and the Tateshi Science and Technology Foundation of Kyoto, Japan. Now, they are doing this research and some testing, but they're using mainly facial recognition to try to solve this problem. And in my experience, and from what that when there are attacks and panic attacks or any type of breakdown mentally, your nervous system shuts. Your heart may beat faster, your blood pressure rises, your muscles tense up, even the respiratory system, your breathing quickens, and your heart. So there are a lot of other factors that affect that, which during those times, your face may not be available to be recognized. So I'm looking more at the technology where it will directly interact with the person to get them calm by picking up signs and sound. And the technology will work as an interim to get them ready for the proper continued medical resource solution, whether it be a call center, friends, family, that may be aware of the condition, or a doctor, just to work through the steps to get them back to where they're able to cope normally. Now, when you look at this, I noticed that, okay, still with all the resources, there's a lot of citizens in this country that don't have health insurance. So when I did some research on that, I saw that the US Census Bureau showed that 8.5% of people, or about 27.5 million people, did not have health insurance. And the percentage of uninsured children under the age of 19 has increased by about 6%. Then looking at the United policyholders, altogether, 46% of US adults, or 84.2 million people as a whole, they remain uninsured or underinsured. So to try to solve this problem, this technology will help them. Now, the AI and machine learning, they have the potential to create an additional $2.6 trillion in value by 2020 in marketing and sales, and up to 2 trillion manufacturing and supply chain planning. And that information was pulled from Forbes. But digging deeper, I saw that Gardner and Company predicts that the business value created by AI dealing with medicines will reach about $3.9 trillion by 2000. They were saying 22, but now they're pushing it up to 2025 or 26. And the International Data Corporation predicts worldwide spending on cognitive and artificial intelligence systems will reach about 77.6 billion. So there's definitely a market for it. People definitely need the help. One goal when we get to the point of doing a prototype is to make sure that we try to make this device affordable. Okay, we don't want any age limit criteria on it, and we want it to be able to assist insured or uninsured citizens of this country, just so that they can have some relief. I believe with this device, it can help them see the light at the end of the tunnel. It can help, that'll be a burden to be lifted. It's almost like a companion that will be with them that can help interact, and it will definitely eventually get to know you and know your mannerisms, but this will definitely pull down some of the strain and stress for people that can't afford the more expensive resources that are out there.
Thank you, Fatima. I hate that the technology was not cooperating for you, because I know you pulled together an amazing presentation, and I'm sorry that everyone wasn't able to see it, but thank you. You did an amazing job explaining what you're looking to do. Many people are not, unless you are personally affected, most people just don't know how impacted their life is negatively when you're not, when you're not dealing with it yourself. So I applaud you for the efforts that you're taking to take your personal situation and turn, tragedy is not the right word, to turn a challenge into a triumph so that you can help other families going forward. So I thank you so much. And with that, we have our final presenter for today. I want to congratulate and thank all of our members for doing an amazing job at the very first launch virtual entrepreneur showcase. We did that, guys. I appreciate you guys. You guys have done an amazing job. And again, this is just a sample. This was just 10 of the 100 members that we have currently active at Launch GSU. If you know someone that has a small business that is looking to start a small business, please send them to Launch GSU. We are here. And again, as I mentioned, our job is to service all undergraduate and graduate members. Want to just share that we have our summer membership campaign coming up. Launch is open to all entrepreneurs who are undergraduate and or graduate, but you do have to apply because Launch is one of the few spaces that is available and open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The only time that we are closed are the 2 weeks for Christmas. Security, as you can imagine, is of the utmost importance. So we do have an application process that you have to go through, which will open up on June 1st and remain open till July 15th. The applications are typically open for the first 30% of every semester. So that will be open. We're still fine tuning our summer events, again, with the assistance of Nicole and Prey. We're working on our summer scheduling right now, but you will receive a questionnaire very soon. Those that have participated in our April virtual programming, as well as our existing Launch members, we are working on, and by we, I mean Prey and Nicole, are working on a survey right now because we want to hear from you. As entrepreneurs, the number one rule is to practice what you preach, and I want to know what you guys want. One of the first ideas to come out of the quarantine was a panel. I believe Nicole was the first one to say, well, can we just do a panel where we ask questions? We just have a lot of questions. The topics are cool, but we just want to be able to ask some questions. And we hosted our first Panthropreneur panel discussion where we had our entrepreneur in residence along with another entrepreneur that I know in the ecosystem in Atlanta. And they just took questions from you guys. And that turned out to be an amazing event, something that we are going to continue every month. That will be a monthly series where you can just ask questions. So please speak up. Let us know what you want. We are here for you. When you see that survey, please take a minute to just complete it and let us know what you are looking for so that we can give you what you want. That should be coming out within the next week. To all of my class of 2020 graduates, my heart breaks for you. If I talk about it too long, I'll start crying because I'm such a waterhead. I have such a passion for the students, and my ultimate goal, I want to see the businesses succeed, but we are a university, and nothing gives me more joy than to watch you guys walk across the stage. So I'm so sorry that you're not able to do that right now. However, President Becker did say that we will do it. It's not going to happen in May. It's probably not going to happen in June. He said he didn't want a virtual event. He wanted to celebrate the class of 2020 properly. So just stay tuned, and I look forward to when those amended plans come up, and we'll tell you that I will be there. I love volunteering at all of the commencement events, and I will be there to watch you walk across the stage. So kudos to the class of 2020. You have not been forgotten. You are not overlooked. We will get through this, and then when the time is right, we will celebrate all of you. So wanted to make sure that you guys were aware about our summer membership campaign, our summer event schedule. If you have any other ideas, again, we're taking this time to plan our fall calendar and even beyond. We are open to all ideas. So please let us know. No idea is too crazy. With enough planning, we can get almost anything done. So again, I want to thank so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you to Ms. Precious Williams. Thank you to Ms. Nicole Toole. I appreciate you ladies. You are absolutely the glue that holds launch together as I bounce around in all the different million directions. Today, we could not have done this without you. Thank you so much. Graduate students, yes, Jerome, thank you for that question. Graduate students, if they are, I'm not sure, that question could be received a couple different ways. If you are an undergraduate or a grad student currently taking classes, yes, you are eligible to apply for launch. Once you have graduated and are an alum no longer taking classes, then we can work out being able to take advantage of the launch services. So it's two different things. If you are currently in grad school taking classes, full membership, no problem. If you were not a part of launch while you were taking classes but have graduated and want to become a new member of launch, then we have to have a conversation, but we'll work that out because launch is here for all the entrepreneurs. So yes, please reach out to me offline and let me know who's interested in what we can do to make that happen for them. And with that, I just want to thank everyone for your time. We ran about 30 minutes over, but I hope it was well worth your time. We still have many members um, still on with us and new folks that were joining us for the first time. Thank you guys so much for your time. We appreciate you. Look forward to doing more great things for our entrepreneurs over the summer. Keep an eye on our website. We're working on getting all of the videos. By we, I mean Pray and Nicole are working on getting all of the videos together so that we can create a library of videos that we're going to go ahead and make available to you. Those will be on the website. I can't give you a date. By the middle of May. There's no reason. Once we get done with finals, by the middle of May, you will have information on the launch website to how to access all of the workshops that we've been doing. So I appreciate you guys. Stay safe, be well, listen to your parents, do what we need to do so that we can control this virus and get back to the world that we love and we can get back to launch GSU. I appreciate you guys. Take care. Have an amazing day. Awesome. And go wash those hands. Go wash those hands. I love you guys. Bye.
Bye, you all.
Bye.
Peace, Miss Bracy.
You are very, very welcome. My pleasure. My absolute pleasure. Bye, guys.